It's not my fault. I didn't know I was supposed to do it. They said they were going to do it. It's their responsibility. Blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of times businesses can run into challenges when people are blaming, they're making excuses, they're denying their responsibility. And it leads to challenges in business. It leads to other people getting that mindset. And ultimately, it's how businesses can fail. If you want to raise businesses, it's important to foster a culture that has ownership, accountability, and responsibility. These principles lead to higher levels of success when people are proactive. They're taking action and responsibility for the outcome, how they can do better. Today, we're going to be talking about how to grow accountability in a team.
Welcome to Growth Amplifiers, where we showcase the best tips, resources, and tools to amplify and scale your business.
First, we're going to start off and discuss what is accountability. It's when someone's taking the ownership and responsibility for the outcome, for doing something. They're being proactive. They're not passing the blame onto others. They're being accountable. And it's not a bad thing. Some people think holding someone accountable is like enforcing some punishment or discipline, and it doesn't need to be a bad thing. It really establishes integrity. We do what we say we're going to do. And when we can keep our word with consistency, that's how we build momentum. That's how we grow together. Establishing accountability and building this is part of a culture really empowers people to grow, not only in business, but in their lives. They have more control in their lives when they're being more accountable for it. If you're blaming others, you're pointing the finger, you're giving away the power of improvement. When you're being more response-able, being able to respond to life circumstances, response-able, you're going to have more power on how you can show up, change, and be the owner of the outcome that is going to happen. So accountability is really a gift. It takes leadership to implement, but it is a gift to a team to help them grow and achieve their best. So what mistakes about accountability do you see most common? Love to see that in the comments. What are some of the challenges that you see when trying to enforce accountability? Please share your thoughts. Now that we've talked about what accountability means, let's talk about where to begin with it. What starts with leadership? You want others to follow, you've got to lead them. And so you've got to take accountability yourself and make sure that you're keeping your word, doing what you say you're going to do, and taking ownership and responsibility for the actions that you take. You can't be blaming people and making excuses. I can't tell you how many times I've heard owner of a business or boss saying, oh, these employees, they can't do their job. They're just really ineffective. We can't find good help. So that owner, that boss, is blaming other people for the lack of performance. But who is really to blame? It's the boss. It's the owner. They're the ones who hired those people. They're the ones leading those people. And ultimately, it's their responsibility that they work to lead their team to achieve results. You could say maybe it's the people, again, who hired the people. There are other people and other businesses who are leading effective and efficient teams. If it can be done, then it can be done. Don't blame it on the situation. Take accountability for it. That way you can be the cause and the matter of change that you want to see. So do you take accountability and responsibility? Keep your word. Do you lead with this? Is this something that you can improve upon? That's where to start, starting with yourself. And that's the question right now is, do you feel you can improve in this area? Your attitude, setting goals, with being accountable. Share your thoughts on this matter. Now that we've talked about what it is and where to start, let's talk about growing it in a team. Cultivating accountability in your team's culture. Well, you've got to start by really explaining to the team what accountability is so that they can be on the same page. And it's important to maybe work with someone like a coach or a guide that has some experience with this, because then they're getting another frame into the picture, some support that this isn't just your thoughts and your ideas. You're getting some support and some framing so that people can see the big picture and how it's going to benefit them. It's important to reward good behavior. If people are taking accountability, you reward it. You want to express this. I appreciate you for taking accountability and ownership for that mistake. Appreciate you being proactive with working out a solution for that challenge. You want to make sure that you're rewarding good behavior. Now, for less than desired behavior, you want to make sure that you point that out and bring that awareness to the team. This is not really how we act. This is how we act. This is how we're going to improve. By demonstrating it and encouraging it and potentially even creating accountability partners, you can cultivate accountability within a team. So what are some techniques or best practices that you would recommend for others to grow accountability in a team? There's just a few ideas. Love to hear your thoughts and comments. Here's our amplifier action. We're going to practice systematic amplification. I want you to rank your skills with accountability on a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is I'm horrible at holding people accountable and 10 is I'm a master, 5 being about average. So then once you have a score, define one thing that you could do to begin improving your score even by 1 point. So if you ranked yourself a 7, you'd say, what's one thing I could do to improve my score from a 7 to an 8? And then I want you to share in the comments any books, whether they're audiobooks or published books, podcasts, video channels that you feel provide great insights on leadership and accountability. Love to see that in the comments. And in our next video, I'll be sharing 3 review exercises to improve performance in a team. Hope to see you there.
To show your support, take a moment to amplify this message by sharing it online. To connect with me or gain more business growth insights, visit www.growthamplifiers.com. Thank you for your support.